3, 2, 1. Perfect. Welcome back, everybody, to our podcast. Joined with me today is Nick, John, and Juan. You get to see them in the flesh once again. It's a lovely day. Last week's podcast was on a Discord. We might do that again at some point if we cannot meet up in person. However, this time, what a lovely event. So, there is one topic at hand that Nick brought to my attention before I started recording this podcast, which was the differences between... I forgot exactly what it was.
So, it was going around on social media, especially on Twitter, how men's college basketball and women's college basketball had such differences. The difference in weight rooms, the difference in foods, the difference in care packages they got. So there was a lot of debate. Some people were saying that it's fucked up because everybody deserves to use the same equipment, same food, same whatever. It's just it's a material object, so there's no point in dividing it. But at the same time, there was other people that were debating women don't even make 10% of what don't even bring in 10% of the money that the men's tournament makes. So why should they have the same access to more advanced equipment?
I would like to add, before you continue, that he showed me the pictures, and I'll probably put them up on screen, but the men's weight room is huge. This thing is the size of 24-hour fitness, and then the girls was literally
a closet.
A little thing, yeah, it looked like a closet with a set of weights from maybe 2 pounds all the way down to 25. Dumbbells only. I was I feel like part of that is the management's just disinterest. Because I feel like it's not the girls' fault entirely.
So is that a problem as far as ethics? Or is that a problem as far as finances?
It could be both. I feel like there should be no shame in just getting them a gym membership somewhere. I mean, that's $20 a month cheap.
The tournament lasts a month, so there's no point in getting all these athletes a membership. But, let's say you go to a gym, right? That's, better than the one that you already go to, or if you do an at-home gym.
Yes.
And you're not paying, they're not going to charge you for it. You were invited there, but they're hey, we'll invite you, but you can't use it. You actually only get to use the fucking rowing machine.
I feel like a lot of it has to do with the lack of respect that the WNBA, is it, right?
It's NCAA.
NCAA.
It's college basketball.
College basketball. I mean, how often do you really hear about girls' college basketball? It's not a very frequent
That's
topic.
what somebody said. They were I didn't even know that women had the same tournament at the same time.
I feel like it could be a mix of both. That it's both ethically fucked up as well as the financial situation does result in how they're being treated. Because I feel like a smart manager that cares about their team, if I had a team, I wouldn't allow them to work out in a closet with only a small set of dumbbells. What are they really going to do other than just look at it and be discouraged? So if they could find a way around it. I'm sure they have enough money to figure something out.
Yeah, but I'm saying if the NCAA, the corporation itself, the group itself, puts the location, puts the equipment, puts the food out, puts the care packages together, what's the point in dividing it?
Oh, there's care packages.
Yeah, that third picture I showed you,
I forgot. Oh, yes. Okay, now that I know that's inserted into the equation, that's...
The care package I get, because, if every division, if the women's has their budget and the men's has their budget, that's a thing, but something in material is weight or food.
Yes.
If men have 20 trays of food to choose from and women already have, a prepackaged meal that the NCAA chooses for them.
I feel like part of that is accepting the route that you picked at that point. Because if you know going into the NCAA that women are not the main subject.
But it goes back to the professional league. It goes to the NBA and WNBA. Men's make 100 times more money than the women's does. Most people don't watch the women's league. Most people don't even watch the men's league as is, much less the women's league. But still, something as material as weights, not letting women use the same weights as men,
Yeah.
If you go to the gym with your girlfriend and someone tells her, hey, you can't use those weights because you're a girl, that shit's kind of fucked. Yeah, or you can't eat the same food as your boyfriend because you're a woman.
I see how that's fucked up. I mean, like, there's nothing I could really say to justify that. I feel like that's just it down in its own right. Pretty messed up.
Like, it's not going to change anything, but it's still, like, an opinion to have.
Yeah, it's like... I don't know. That's... The managers probably have a more strict format where they're like, you get what you deserve in a way. As fucked up as that would be.
Yeah, like, but what do you deserve? Oh, you deserve this because you're a woman?
No, like, not that way, but like, okay, let me reword that by saying you get what you earn, right?
But it's not their fault they don't earn as much because they're women.
Well, I mean, like, at the same time, it's just, you know that they bring in less. So every job that you take, it doesn't matter if you work harder or less if you're stuck with the same payout.
Wait, why can't they just use the same weight room?
That's what I'm saying. Oh. Or why can't they eat from the same plates? Like, the same meal courses?
See, that's just a fucked up.
But think about it like this. The men's, or the U.S. soccer teams. The men's national team failed to qualify to the last World Cup.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the women's team, I believe, has won 4 World Cups in a row. I believe there was a thing where if a men's team loses a game, they each player walks out with like $25,000 if they lose.
It's pretty good.
If they win, they make like 50. The women's team, if they lose, they make $1,500. And if they win, they make like $5,000. Tell me how it's the same sport. It's the same team. One team is doing way more than the other, but just because of their gender, they have to get paid less. We're representing the same country.
Yeah, you see that one. I don't understand. I didn't know that.
For like in John's case, the MMA or UFC or whatever it is. Is it not the same fight if it's women against women or men against men? The same kind of fighting style per se?
Yeah, it's pretty the same.
I guess it just goes down to showing the lack of respect that females have when it comes to sports. Because
so it's an ethics issue.
Definitely. At this point, like,
we're
seeing all of it.
It's kind of getting better.
I just think that, like, I don't know. It's hard to tell exactly how things will get fixed because Gen Z is so extremist, whereas the boomers who are in control of this at the top tier, like CEO level pretty much, they're the last roots of this, like, just females are not the, like, main character. They were always, like, a supportive role in society. So now that women are gaining their independence, and there's a strong pillar of them, there's ones that kind of just, like, it can't be so extremist and it can't be so traditional. Like, we have to find a good culture to live in that's balanced for us.
Yeah, no, and again, like, it makes sense to a point. Like, if you don't bring in viewers, you don't make revenue. And if you don't really make revenue, you can't expect to pay out the same amount. But, like, for an international level, where it's the same team, same sport, just different genders, and one of them keeps winning and winning and winning and winning, being the best in the world, while the other team fails to qualify against other countries that are underdeveloped, like Honduras or Guatemala. Costa Rica's better, but they're whooping our ass.
I feel like part of that could be marketing. Like, there could be a suppression of marketing in media, because media only focuses on what it wants to, right? So it could, like, preface this idea that, hey, the girls have won 4 championships in a row, but, like...
But they don't make it.
It also goes down to still the interest. Like, if they reach out, and if I'm watching the news and it says on the bottom highlight that the females have won 4 championships in a row, that still doesn't interest me enough to see it. But that still doesn't justify how they're treated.
Yeah, no, but at the same time, it depends on your interest, right? Like, you're not a soccer person, so it's like it might not interest you. But, like, in the case of UFC, when Ronda Rousey was at the top of the world, how advertised were her fights?
I don't remember. That was so.
She was at the top for a reason.
She was in Fast and Furious 7, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She's also
yeah, I remember that. So she must have been big, because if she's in a movie,
exactly. And how big were Conor McGregor's fights advertised?
Probably to me equally as much, if I'm being honest.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it's not even advertisement.
See, I think the world is focused on money. I mean, obviously, everybody's most, like, higher-ups seek money. So, girls will only ever be treated in a business environment what works for business. And sometimes they work. Maybe you'll find that odd liar. Boom, Ronda Rousey, the one that made it out. I mean, it's possible, but until the world starts seeing people for more talent and who they really are and the benefit they can provide, it's always going to be seen as what could be the most profitable. Have you seen what blows up on TikTok? What the fuck? I'm like, damn. It takes like 10 seconds to do something like that.
We know what blows up on TikTok because that's the only thing John sends.
What?
Yes, John loves TikTok.
As for anybody who doesn't know, John's down bad.
I'm not that down.
But
I mean, it's just, that's how I see it. It seems like the business higher-ups just don't want to. No matter what we do, they're in charge of their own company. As long as they keep bringing in money, they're going to treat whoever's under their wing however they want to.
there was this thing that my mom used to say. It's cheaper to pay two people to do. No, it's cheaper to replace two people that don't know what they're doing than it is to have someone that is doing pay them the most. Like, that does know what they're doing. So you could pay someone $25 to do the same job that you could pay two people that you could replace easily to do the job for $12.
That's just, I don't know, man.
Well, that's why a lot of places, like, they let go of their, like, older employees because, like, they're getting to the point where you've been there so long that you're, like, reaching a place where they don't want to pay you that much. So they'd rather bring in a high schooler. Hey, kid, I'll pay you $12 to do the same job this person's doing that we're paying him $24 to do. The kid sucks? Alright, replace him. Next one. It's just, you're just making way more money.
Lazy people. It just sounds like a whole bunch of laziness and selfishness. It's just like, that's what it comes down to, right?
That's what it is. It's like a company doesn't care about people's lives. Like, they don't care about your personal life. They care about if you can make them money.
Yep. It's a very fucked up world. Hey, I mean, that's why I like film. It's more about the director. You know, like, who is this person? That's what I like about it. It's the same thing with, like, what John does. He's a fighter. You gotta love the man for... I mean, he could be a good fighter, but if he's, like, a good man underneath... Man, you got yourself a keeper. I'd sign that motherfucker right away, but I'd get him.
No.
He's a good... He goes to school, too. He's not a dumbass.
But on that...
What the heck? I don't think they care about that.
I mean, I feel like it's just, like, sub-levels.
On that note, though, like, as you were saying... How a directive creation perspective is like what you do on your own, essentially. I feel like there's also risk reward to that, because then any trouble you stir, you're the only one that can face that.
I mean, sometimes it's really just trusting whoever you... I mean, Dr. Dre trusted Eminem. You know, we've seen it. That's, you know, then Ham Zimmer inspired Steve Jablonsky. And you see, like, these risks that are kind of, like, taken.
But then I'm thinking more about the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Volume 3?
I don't remember. No, Volume 2. James Gunn?
Yes, James Gunn.
Didn't he catch a lot of fucking heat over...
Well, he was fired, yes. He was fired over tweets. I don't exactly know what he tweeted. I know that it was offensive and derogatory. And it caused him to get fired and then rehired. But he already took on the job of Suicide Squad before he got rehired. But he managed to snag both. Like, I call that a win. This man got fired and rehired. Like, that's impressive.
At the same time, that, like, you got fired. Like, getting fired is still getting fired no matter what you're doing.
Cancel culture presses, man.
I'm saying, like...
Have you seen what they've done to Gina Carano? Like, fuck.
Oh, God.
No, but, like...
I saw that.
I understand that with Gina Carano, but I don't believe that it was a wrong choice.
Like, I understand...
You can't make commentary like that and expect the world to be fine. Like, yes, sometimes it's over excessive.
I'm saying right now, she knew what she was doing typing that. She was definitely stirring the pot. Like... She got one hell of a reaction. I don't think it was worth firing her.
I do. Okay, she had comments like that about like Jews, right, and Nazis, whatever the fuck her comments were.
Her message was basically saying, at that time,
Republican
society convinced others that these are the enemies, and they managed to convince these people so much who their enemy was that they were able to use that power against them. And that if we don't recognize it, how Republicans and Democrats are opposite, they're willing to kill for their beliefs. They don't realize that subsurface, we're still all humans just trying to be happy. That ignoring that opposition and having one overthrow the other is similar.
But at the same time, that happened the last 4 years, where one was silencing the other. Because they had that
It
power.
goes either way.
Exactly. No, but like with Gina Carano, whatever the fuck her name is, she put out that statement over fucking a political party. While you have your main star, Pedro Pascal, who's one of the most like fucking forward-thinking person.
Yeah.
No. Did you know if you like, I don't know if it was a few days before or a few days after, he's like announced that he had a transgender sister. It's like you can't have someone that's that forward thinking, like open-minded, with someone that's also like gonna say shit like that.
Well, see, she seemed very pressed, is what it seemed like.
Over politics.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's been, like, people get pressed when shit doesn't go the way you want, but like
I see why they fired her. Like, that definitely wasn't unwarranted for at least discussion. Like, what she was doing, she was definitely trying to stir the pot. Like I said, she wanted heat for what she was saying. Like, what she said, what she put out there, I can't exactly requote it, but it was like anybody who read that would have been like, ooh, she's trying to start shit. Like, she kind of asked for it. Like, anybody who is at least sub-level intelligence will read that and be like, yeah, what the fuck? That's a wake-up call kind of message. Definitely controversial.
Okay, but
could have been worded better. Could have been avoided. Wasn't. Yeah. Was it done on purpose? Definitely. She knew what she was doing.
But then there was also an NBA player recently who caught heat because he got caught using a slur on Twitch. I don't know if you heard about this. An NBA player, a forward, Miles Leonard, got caught heat because he used a slur on Twitch, and it's not your common slur. It's not the N-word. It's not towards Mexicans. It's not towards Asians. It's towards Jewish people. Exactly. When you think Jewish people, you're like, what the fuck? What kind of slur? The K word.
Cunts?
No. Exactly. When you think the K word, you're like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Nothing?
Kermit looking
No.
ass.
No, I'm not that biased when I think about saying shit.
Like, this is something that nobody uses.
Yeah.
So you have to have like a different level of hate.
Are we gonna get canceled if you just throw it in the podcast?
I want to throw it in, but at the same time, I don't want you to keep it in.
Rhyme it. Rhyme it.
It's that hard to rhyme, huh?
No, I just don't want to use it where it's that easy.
Bro, like if it's pumpkin, you could just say bumpkin. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so like,
okay. So, bike.
So like kite, but with a K at the end.
No, like bike, but with a K at the beginning.
Yes, I don't want to say it, but you catch my drift. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's behind the history of the word?
Yeah, what about this kick?
I don't know what the fuck what it is, but I know it's technically like a racial slur.
Bro, who even
in the last
thinks
decade? Exactly. Most people don't know it, but like it's in a way Jewish oppression. We wouldn't know because none of us are Jewish or have any like. Either way, this man didn't get fired. He just got suspended from the team for a week, and then he was traded.
That seems fair. It was just a slur. I mean, even if it was indiscriminatory intent, I mean.
Like, how racist do you have to be to use a word that hasn't been used in this century?
I don't know. Like, I feel like that's fair that he got banned for that.
He didn't get banned. He got suspended.
I mean, still, you get punishment. I mean, I don't think that's worth, like...
He got suspended, traded, and now he's able to play again.
I still think that's kind of fair.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like I would
people
expect
step
them
over
to
the
be
line.
like fired over it, but still, like Jesus Christ,
he does it again. You know he's done.
Yeah.
So he knows what the stakes are now. He fucks up again. That's his fault. Maybe he'll be more censored. It's hard to be censored, huh, Joe?
Yeah.
Alright, well, enough about the world and its fucked up alter ego. That's a lot of heavy shit. We do have questions, though. Questions that will involve more of the cast, because I feel like we haven't let John and Juan speak, so I feel bad.
I just don't know what to say.
No, you're good, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you're good.
See, this is optimism and pessimism throwing each other
That's
around.
neutralism.
Yeah, we just
They're the
chilling.
spectators. It's funny, because... Oh, it's like we're both trying to make the world a better place, just from a different approach.
Yeah. It's the same opinion, just different.
This is how you coexist peacefully. I have this man in my bed.
What the fuck?
I win. I'm just kidding. Okay, here's the first question that Nick posed. We'll start with John.
Yeah, John.
Yes, and then we'll go to
Put you on the spot, John.
Why you gotta put me on the spot?
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
I don't like attention.
Attention,
Attention,
John. The question is,
Go, man.
what is one simple thing you can do to make a positive change in your life?
You say like John's already not the most positive person in the room.
Yes, man.
Positive change.
One change for a positive life.
I don't know. I feel like I already changed a lot.
This man's already positive as fuck. There's nothing you can do.
I mean, I can't think of any new changes.
What about something like
I guess probably invest in my friends more.
Oh, thanks,
what
John.
friends? No, I'm kidding. I mean,
Just invest in my friends more. I was just trying to give you a hug, bro.
it's an aggressive ass hug.
What? Nah, I just got excited.
Stop, John. But like, what do you mean as far as like investing in your friends?
I don't know. I just feel like,
You feel like you spend too much time like in school and.
yeah, I sometimes feel like that, and sometimes when like I'm in a social situation with just like anyone in general, I'm just like feel kind of clueless about what to do. I guess not just like friends, but like social life.
So, let me rephrase that for you. Maybe a positive change you can make is try to better your social skills.
Yeah, pretty much. Because sometimes I'll be in a setting like this and I won't say a word because I'm like, I
Are
don't
you
really know
afraid
that
your
well.
words will be trampled over?
It's either usually people don't even care about what I say, so I'm just stay quiet, or like the conversation moves too fast, or like sometimes I just feel like my opinion doesn't matter, so I'm just like
Okay.
and then
What
sometimes I
can't
just
we
don't really
do
care. Huh?
to help you interject?
No, like in this situation, it's fine because I feel more comfortable with my friends. But I'm talking about like if I was in like a situation with
We're
like
not-
people
Like in
who are
a-
not as close friends,
Like in a Zoom meeting,
like
with
like
a
that,
class.
or like a party and you're just like meeting new people, stuff like that.
Those are difficult.
Yeah.
I felt that.
It's just weird. I'm just like I don't know. I don't relate to most of you people
At the same
at
time,
mines.
are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an introvert, but like when it comes to it depends on the person because like usually I'm able to talk, but most of the time like it dies out because I'm like we have nothing in common. Like,
Yeah.
we're
So
completely
naturally,
different people.
I get that. Like, you're also the kind of person that like once you feel comfortable with someone, you'll just like keep talking.
Yeah, it just it keeps going.
It's just
comes
natural.
Out. Yeah.
Yep.
But it also depends on the other person how they respond and stuff. So it's like
yeah. If they're dry with it or they're just showing like no interest, then I would cut it off too.
yeah, because I was at like I don't know, like a mines party and we're like have you seen this? And I'm just like, no. I'm like, you're missing out. That's wild. And I'm like, what?
That seems like it'd be difficult for me to get along with.
I'm not like versed with Netflix. What? Okay.
That's when you show your disinterest. I'm not afraid to show those motherfuckers that I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, ooh, just give me one shot and I'll be honest.
True.
Yeah.
Alright, Juan. Well, wait, is your answer done?
Yeah, pretty much that's it, I think.
Okay. Beautiful.
I've been working on it, but like, yeah.
That's a hard thing to develop, for sure.
Motherfuckers that can speak were on a wiggle in middle school.
I feel like I do a pretty good job speaking now. I don't know, I think it's just my, like, ADHD. Stop. Just trying. Like, I have to move or, like, talk. Otherwise, that's...
Me, it really depends. Like, it depends on, like, what situation I am. Because, like, let's say if, like, I was, like, the instructor of, like Taekwondo students, I can, like, I can go up to, like, any of them and talk to them. Because, like, they know that I'm there to help them. But if it's a situation where I'm, like, talking to older people, I'm just, like, gotta kind of be careful what to say. What's going on in politics right now? Okay.
It feels like talking to some people, like, they're so focused on one aspect of life that is kind of important, like politics, and you're like, I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly. So it's like,
I'm contrary. I talk better with older people than I do with children. I can't deal with children.
You keep up with news a lot.
Mm.
Like I don't know how you do it, man.
yeah, you old man. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
you are an old man. Like,
I'm telling you, I'm ready to die.
I get most of my news from social media.
I think
So do I.
That's how I know, like,
I'm on
most
Twitter.
things.
That's the difference.
Yeah, see, I don't use Twitter. I feel like it's just this. It's either too much or not enough. Like, you know what I mean? It's like not enough for me to keep it, but then it starts to become too much that I'm just like, I don't even keep up with it.
Mm-hmm. You're also the kind of person that doesn't answer messages.
Yes, I don't like my phone. I feel like that's why Twitter. You have to be on your phone a lot to be on Twitter. I feel like.
Not necessarily.
Tweet.
I don't know.
You
I
just have to want to know what's happening.
I'm already overwhelmed with Snapchat, Instagram, Messenger, and Facebook. Oh my god, that's a lot already. Too much for me.
Facebook's the old people's app now.
Yeah, I don't use that.
Yeah,
I don't
use
use it.
now.
Oh, I love Facebook still. What do you mean?
Oh, but I'm the old one, huh?
It was like my first social media account.
Same.
Yeah,
And I made sure that everything on my timeline will tell a glorious story of how I grew.
I gave up on that.
I'm more on Twitter, Instagram,
I'm
Reddit.
trying to move towards Instagram, but I haven't done it successfully.
I moved to Instagram, now I can't get out of it.
Same.
The one I can't get out of is TikTok. That shit's fucking
TikTok
ridiculous.
is a growing
TikTok
on me.
is,
It's growing on
Like,
me.
you just be like, I gotta take a shit. And next thing you know, you don't feel their legs.
Yeah. Shout
I
out to
feel
the
that.
one TikTok I did when
Oh.
it got 150 likes. That's pretty good. That's more
For a
likes than I got
first?
on anything. TikTok, wow.
Yes. We gotta get down with like men.
Here, let me see your phone.
What? No.
Let
no,
shit.
no.
Let me fucking say it.
That's how many people are on TikTok just looking at stupid videos. Thank God.
It's
The algorithm
so
helped you.
Oh,
TikTok is addicting. Little
it
key.
is very addictive.
I kind of used it as like a resource of learning, to be honest.
It is
Yeah.
kind of nice because like you can see crazy shit. Like it's not always just memes and toxic
Yeah.
Gen Z. There's some cool content creators.
Essentially, like, I like how it builds off of what you like. And then, like, essentially shows you shit.
It shows you
like,
just
related.
everything related.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
I like
like,
that too.
For me, it's not going to show me fucking shoulder reconstruction like John sent me the other day. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
It's like a cool thing, but also an unfortunate thing that unless something from another subject really sticks out, you won't see those videos, which is kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, like with John showing me and sending me that, it helps, I guess. I can just revisit or go to his page, follow.
Yeah, go follow John.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want people spamming me.
Not yet.
Alright.
Alright,
So-
Juan, yes. Now it's my turn to ask you. What is one simple thing you can do to make a positive change in your life?
There's a lot, like cold showers. That gets
Cold showers are horrible. I mean, I've done them. I do them whenever I feel lazy, but yes, that's a good one.
I mean, I follow John's advice. Like, I sometimes change it up to like cold in the morning first, then hot, or just hot first, then like deep cold. I just change it up to make it interesting in the day.
I
And
can
just-
explain that.
Instead of just jumping straight into the cold, you just build up to it.
No. So, like, what happens... I learned this from a Joe Rogan podcast, but what happens is, like... So, when you take a cold shower, it does the same effect where it makes, like, inflammatory... anti-inflammatory proteins or enzymes or whatever. I don't know. But, like, if you're just in cold, it works, but it doesn't work as well. So, how you should do it is you actually go... on an extreme on one end, so it's either hot or cold first, and then you change it to get that temperature shock to make more anti-inflammatory proteins. That helps you like make you less sore and stuff like that. So that's what I was telling Juan when he was starting at the gym.
You see, I did my cold showers for a completely different reason. I did it for the psychological method. The flinch is what they termed it, where you just turn that shit to cold, and the moment it hits you, it induces so much mental anxiety, but you prepare for it. It prevents that like flinch that you get, that urge to like, yeah, like you know once you turn it on, you're taking that all cold as
Give it to me.
it feels like it might as well fucking be fire. But then, like, when you go through your day, you're more willing to attack something rather than, like, hold yourself back.
That's true.
Because you've already embraced that first challenge. So then, and it's like, like, cold showers are a lot, man. I can't do them consistently. I try to do 2 a week.
I can't do
but,
that.
oh, my God, I fucking hate them. But they do, those days, I feel, like, aggressive. I'm like, the fucking cold shower worked me up. So.
How often do you do them?
I do it every day just because it also has hair benefits as well too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it does really help the hair, especially when you have longer hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care of it.
I just wanted to see how much time there was.
Yeah, and then I looked at my
What are
dad,
they,
and
like,
then he's like balding.
Oh wow.
Sometimes that's just genetic.
I think that's just old. Yeah, old age, probably genetics.
Yeah. Plus, you have like long hair too. I'm sure it's hard to maintain.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine so far since it's like a mullet, you know. So
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
It looks nice, like how it parts to the side.
Plus, you have straight hair, huh?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's.
He looks like
Yeah,
Prince
no.
Charming from Shrek.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, you
he
think
does.
so?
Yeah.
And then if you cut it like a little short, you'll look like handsome Shrek.
Human Shrek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, human Shrek, the handsome boy.
If I shorten anything,
I'll be
just
your
the
donkey.
front. Yeah. No man.
What?
Your donkey when he's like a fucking stallion, man. Handsome Shrek, and then you were the duo, man.
What the fuck?
It's gotta be like that.
So is that your answer? Just
Cool. No, there's other stuff like learn from your parents' mistakes. Like
Oh yes. Actually, we're gonna get to a question that involves that topic. So
alrighty
we'll
then.
get back to it. Yeah.
Okay, we will. Let me think of something else that has also. Probably trying to develop an interest in cooking, like in an early age, you know,
That would be
because
helpful.
that would help. Because like looking back, since my mother is gone now, and then I'm like, shit, I have to cook now and like provide some nourishment in the household.
You
and
the chef now.
it's crazy how easy they make that shit look.
yeah.
But then you try and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
You're looking
and
around
then
like
all the
Ramsay.
standing and the heat.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff
and then
that,
like
you know?
when I cook with my mom, she's like, just use a little bit. I was like, what the fuck's a little bit? I'm like, she's like, no, use the whole palm. I'm like, what the fuck? That's more than a little
I'm
bit.
like, your definition of little is different from mine.
It's funny because like it all looks non-edible, but then they make it look edible. And I'm like, bro, they put it all together perfectly, and it tastes good. I try to do it. That shit will fuck up somehow, some way.
Hey, bro, I managed.
Mine's just bland as hell.
I managed to fuck up making rice. Like,
Yeah, I can make the blandest fucking food, but it will still be good enough for me to eat.
you either get watered
That's what I
down
do.
rice or salty rice from me. You're not gonna get perfect.
Give me
rice.
that salty rice, bro. I had rice with sugar.
That's
So-
what my mom's boyfriend does.
That guy's gonna get diabetes, bro. I stopped that shit when I was younger.
He's 36 at 270 pounds.
What
or
the
300 and...
This
Yeah,
guy
last
should
thing he's
stop.
concerned
Yeah,
about
last
is your
thing-
opinion.
Yeah, last thing...
This man done.
Yeah, he's 6'6" too. So he's fucking... It's the big show.
The big show.
Alright, well, I think I'll go next. And one simple thing I can do to change my life.
For the positive.
Sleep properly. That means going to bed on time, getting an efficient amount of sleep, and waking up when I want to wake up. That's all I need. Just some proper sleep. That'd be perfect. I either sleep too much or not enough. And never at a specific time. It could be from like 11 to 6. It could be from fucking 5 to 12.
What the fuck?
That's what it was today. I went to bed at 5 in the morning. I woke up at 12 o'clock. I was like, God
That's
damn.
wild, man. Lately, I haven't been getting like sleep lately. It was really weird. I do know why I didn't get sleep on one day, but the other day, I'm like, what's wrong? Am I just stressed? What's happening?
Yeah.
Anxiety attack?
I don't even know what it is either. I'm like, I feel fine. I'm just getting irritated like every day because I never go to bed. Like when I'm like, I should go to bed. I'm awake as fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna stay up a little bit. I fall asleep.
I was talking to Juan and Tong like the other day, where I was like, I didn't get enough sleep last night, and they were like, why? And I'm like, for some reason, I was like half awake. No, I was like it was weird. I don't know. I was like thinking of just scenarios of what I would do if someone was attacking me in the cage, and I'm like, the next morning I woke up, I was like, why the fuck did it take me so long to sleep? Like, why am I worrying about that? I'm not fighting anyone. We're in a pandemic. What the heck is happening? But I was just thinking of different like kind of scenarios, and I was like, why? I'm not even that experienced yet. What the fuck?
Maybe you just really wanted to fight somebody.
It was really weird. Yeah, also, like, I kept thinking about the tournament that I did last time, so I was like, oh my god, bro. I'm just thinking about everything for some reason right now.
Oh, you hungry for some revenge.
What the
Beat the
heck?
shit out of someone. You might kill
Yeah,
someone.
he's ready
What?
to put this next person down.
No.
Just make sure I'm there when you do. I still have the first video of when this man wrestled him. It's on one of my fucking hard drives. I gotta find it. I have a lot of hard drives.
Ah, it's gone.
No, it's still there. I know it is. I think it's on that motherfucker right there. You can't see him.
It's gone.
No, I mean, you may have lost, but John, in my heart, you won. You won a fan.
I actually learned a lot from that, so
Yeah, analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
that's gonna be different next time.
Let you face the same guy.
Oh, if I face the same guy, he's going down. I'll be like, you remember me?
He's like
The yellow Asian
it's like
boy.
in fucking Endgame. You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. Oh fuck, dude.
I will get him back, bro.
What about you, Nick? One simple thing.
Something I would change for the better is to be able to commit to shit. Cause I have bad fucking issues committing to shit. Like if it's something I can, like if it's planned kinda, then I'll do it.
Oh my god.
What?
I made a joke. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I put up with this shit.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I'll say I'll do something, and then I'll find any excuse not to do it. Like, any fucking excuse.
Postponing it?
No, like, I won't postpone it, because postponing means that you'll do it. I'll just not do it.
I mean, to be fair, I was very victim of that too.
Like, for me with the
I think
gym,
we
I'll
all
be like,
were.
I'll be like, I'll go to the gym, and then I'll be like, fuck, work was long and exhausting, I'm not gonna go. And then the next day I'll be like, yeah, I'll go, and then, nah, it's cold. I'll just find any reason not to commit to something.
I used to do that, but I found like ways around
It's-
it. That
it's
worked
just
for
like-
me though.
You gotta start with a very small commitment. Something as simple as, you know what, I'm just gonna try to have a good day today.
Hey, bro, I
And
can't
if
even commit to an alarm.
No, neither can I. But like, I don't. What I've learned is I'm not gonna punish myself for the things that I failed to do wrong in an attempt to do it the right way. Like if I failed, so I'm not gonna dwell on it because I feel like that just ruins the rest of my day. I'll do something simple that I could do. I'll just play the piano again. I'll play a song that I learned, and if I can still play that song, I'm proud of myself. Cool, I can still do that. I can learn a little bit. I can go throw the trash. Small things. These things that I'm like, I know I should be doing these things, and I don't. I let them pile up, and then they eventually just...
Yeah, I usually do something that makes up for something.
Yeah.
That or, like, every time I'm about to do something and I'm like, I don't want to do it, I, like, think about, like, how I would feel after I do it. And then on some days I'm just like, being a bitch right now, just fucking do it. And I just do it and I feel like so much better whatever I'm doing. I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad I did it.
That's how I feel. Like
Most of the time it's like that. Sometimes I'm just like, I should have fucking done that shit.
Yeah, no. See, for me, it's just I can't commit to some stuff. Like I'll commit to other stuff, more professional stuff.
I think that's just me.
As in my personal life, there's a lot of things I won't commit to.
I mean, I feel like that's a slow process.
It is a slow process.
It'll change eventually, but I mean, like you have to make those steps. Like something I feel like we all know what we have to do to make that change in our lives.
It's so hard.
It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah.
Because 99% of the time you're not gonna feel like it.
It's all discipline.
Yeah, so it's a matter of
discipline.
just really biting that bullet sometimes.
And it's funny because I always think back to that Steve-O clip where I don't remember what the fuck he said it, but he says he does the 3 count, and that if he doesn't do it by the 3 count, that means he's just not gonna do it.
That reminds me of the 5-second rule.
Oh yeah, I like that. Because if you think about it, you end up not doing it.
Yeah, you're like you got 3 seconds, and if you don't do it within those 3 seconds, you're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, I do the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins.
I don't know who that is.
She's an author. She wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule, and it's about how, with your brain, since it's not used to counting backwards, when you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it activates your prefrontal cortex, allowing you to make a decision. Typically, it increases your chances of success in making a decision versus just not doing it. I've done it a lot. It does help. It's just hard to remember in those times. Just be like, it's not just like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's more just getting yourself in that mood of like making sure I consult that this is what I want to do before my brain goes into autopilot and automatically does what I don't want it to do.
Pew! Yeah, I also heard that our brain actually doesn't fully develop until like age 24, and the last part that develops is your prefrontal cortex or lobe or whatever.
Yep.
The one that makes decisions, so you can actually blame your brain until you're like 24.
Don't give me more reason to blame to not do shit.
Yeah,
but you like, I think that's like part of just like kind of growing up, because like at that point you're like, growing up.
I don't know. Like
right now it's all learning experience.
Like we're all convinced we're adults by 21 because of the drinking age.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't feel like an adult.
No.
I still feel like a teenager.
The only people that are like 100% like believe that you're a full grown adult are your parents. That's it.
No, my mom still treats me like a kid.
My mom refuses to. She's like, 18, you died as a kid. You're a whole nother person now.
You're done, mijo!
She was like, the other day, we were having this thing, because like, we put wood flooring on the the bedrooms upstairs. My floor isn't even, the way they built it, so my floor has like a bump in the middle.
That's whack. It's
Yeah.
like a zit.
Kinda. And then the guy, I was there when the guy was doing like his building, like putting the flooring down, and he told me, he's like, over time, some of these panels might like start lifting up, so you would have to like nail gun it back.
Oh, that's fun.
I already have a panel that's popping up. My mom got so pissed at me because she's like, you gotta hammer it down. I was like, you can't just hammer this shit down. It's the floor. Like, you have to fucking nail gun that shit. Gotcha. She's like, if I do this, I'm gonna charge you for the fucking floor. I was like, for a fucking nail? So I spent like an hour yesterday just with a fucking hammer on my floor trying to make this fucking plank go down. Bro, that's just not gonna go down.
Bro, 30 seconds in, I would have been like, you know what, be my
Dog,
guest.
I got the normal hammers and the little nail trying to put, nope.
Bro, I look at
I got
it
the
like,
fucking,
I'll pay you.
I don't know where the fuck it was, but I got a hammer that's like between the normal hammer and like a sledgehammer. Like it's...
Yo, I want to see a sledgehammer hit that.
It's like a normal hammer kind of, but it's a little bit bigger, like 2 normal hammers.
This man really knocked down wood yesterday.
Bro. off topic but kind of related. When I worked at the thrift store, whenever we brought back any faulty furniture that couldn't be sold, we had the privilege of getting a sledgehammer and breaking it so we could throw it in smaller pieces into the dumpster. It was like the greatest moment. Every time they're like, we're going to break this furniture, I would push people all the way. I mean, like, I was comfortable with it enough to be like, I call dibs. They knew I had anger problems. So I was like, I hate this job.
It's terrifying when it's with an axe. That shit's terrifying.
Oh, we had axes too for the hard.
Oh my
furniture.
god!
For like bed frames and shit.
Yeah, we had shovels, big shovels. We had picks. We had like the thing. It looked like a spear, like a full metal spear. I was
like breaking concrete.
Yeah, like the fucking Mando's staff from the Mandalorian.
Oh.
That's what it looked like. I was like, I want to throw this through somebody's sword. I was like, yeah, hi for you. I was like, yeah,
The power, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to this topic.
It's kind of wild, yeah.
You took it off topic, you said.
But I meant like not that topic, but I meant like.
What were you even talking about?
We were first talking about
because he had a hammer.
I said
commitment.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
he started with like that's what.
How the heck did we get from commitment to that?
Something was said about how your brain doesn't develop till you're 24. And nobody considers you a full adult except for your parents, and then
you told us the story.
Oh my god, timelines.
Yeah, and then yes, wow, okay.
Okay, next question.
Next question is back to what Juan was gonna throw into the conversation, and I'll start with you since I cut you off last time. Okay. What is one useful lesson that you have learned from your parents? I guess lessons are all useful.
I mean, did I briefly mention cooking from my mother? Yeah, yes. That's I already discussed that. I mean, everything. I mean, I learned stuff from my dad, but he translated to my big brother, and then he told me what to do and stuff like that.
So he indirectly taught you.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. So you were like secondhand translation? Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Our message? I forgot what it's called.
Hand-me-down lessons?
Yeah. I mean, there's probably different names.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an actual term for it.
Yeah, but like, let's see, what has the old man taught me though, actually?
Like, when you think of the one most important thing that you've learned from your parents, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
John, you should just stay like that.
Yeah. Look at his fingers.
This one's good.
We could come back if you want.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna spend 5 minutes just sitting here in silence.
In the void, man.
Anybody else want to
go? John, would you like to go?
What is the question?
What is one useful lesson you have learned from your parents?
Either
or. Oh man, I actually learned a lot from them, even though they give me a headache sometimes.
The top thing though, number one thing.
I think it has to be with my dad, where he taught me this acronym called the Rule. And I'm like, what does La Rule mean? When I was 6 years old. And he was just like, La Rule stands for lessons are repeated until learned. So I didn't believe that because, I was young. But then after, realizing just through life, I was just like, yeah, you kind of learn a bunch of things over and over again until you actually get it just from life and stuff like that. But I guess, just learning that is probably a big factor. And just, kind of combining both my parents. My dad always told me, he's like, whatever you're good at, be the best at. Especially if you enjoy it. And my mom was like, just always work hard and you'll get somewhere. So I'm like, okay. Even though she drives me nuts. But it's okay.
That's what they're there for.
That's a good one.
Parents.
La Rule.
La Rule. Lessons are learned.
I remember when you first told me that. I think it was freshman year you told me that.
Yeah, he's been with me for a while.
Yeah, so they're
tight them to remember an acronym like that.
It's just...
Ask me 30 minutes and I won't know.
Remember the rule?
Bro, when he first
The
told me
rule.
that, I always remembered it. I was like, that's a good-ass piece of advice. That's why I think I'm stupid. I'm like, these lessons keep coming, and I'm like,
The la rule.
what about you, Nick? What is...
My dad's has always been the one that stuck with me the most. It's no matter how hard you fight, you're not gonna change somebody else. It's like you could argue and argue and argue. It's just easier to admit you're wrong, even though you're right, and give the other person a satisfaction so you can move on. So it's like, if like especially at work, like when you have two different of opinions, how to do something. Personally, myself, I'd rather be like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong. Despite no meaning, like, I believe that I'm right, and other people agree that I'm right. It's like, just so we could progress and not waste time. Fucking move
Yeah,
on.
I do that too. I do that a lot.
That's for my dad. For my mom, fuck, I just get way more headaches from my mom.
Oh, me too, man. We in this together.
No, I think with my mom's, it was the best way to see yourself is with the people you hang out with. So it's like if you if you hang out with like criminals, dude, the way society sees you is probably as a criminal. If you hang out with people like nerds, the way society sees you is nerds. The way you hang out, if you hang out with jocks, it's like, so I feel like it's kind of cool, like this balance that we have, cause like John's more of a nerdy jock.
I'm not no nerdy jock. I'm just a nerd.
Motherfucker, you go to school of mines.
John's his own category.
You be doing UFC type shit.
What?
John's
This motherfucker could jump a fence without his hands.
What?
In high school.
Bro, John is the definition of a ninja. Like, the ninjas they blend in.
No, they don't
threat.
draw attention to themselves, but they're fucking perfect. They do everything perfect.
They're there, but
why am I always being gassed up on every podcast?
But like, as I was saying, like John's a good balance. Juan's a good balance. Like, he has the social skills, but he also like knows, like, when he's high, my guy doesn't rub it on, like, force you to fucking try to smoke like other people.
He seems very content with his own company.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like you enjoy your own company. That's like the nice.
Maybe with this son of a bitch. No.
Oh no.
No, it's cool. Like, from like with Brandon, he's I see him as
impulsive.
Very impulsive, but also like not to the point where it hurts somebody else.
It's just never boring with Brandon.
Like, I'm getting to where I'm going, but I'm like hitting everything on the way.
Yeah, no, but it's like
Brandon's like, well, what is that?
Like, I'm running through everything.
A dog.
Like, imagine you gave a dog cocaine.
No, but like with your dog, you bought the dog, and even though you don't have it, you still take full responsibility for it.
I do. I pay for her.
So it's like you do a lot of things that just like are impulsive, but you still follow through with them.
Well, you see, with that dog, I didn't give it up because I couldn't take care of it. I could have took care of it, but my mom really wanted it, and I knew leaving my mom broke her heart because she didn't want me to leave. I left as quickly as I could. Felt bad, but I left her the dog because I knew she wanted to take care of something, and it wasn't going to be my stepdad. My stepdad pissed her off, so I was like, you can have the dog. And everyone's like, you abandoned the dog. I was like, no.
No, see, I don't see it like
I
that.
want
Like,
it back one day.
if I were to move out from my mom's, and she wanted the dog, like, personally myself, I wouldn't bother to take responsibility for the dog anymore. Like, if you need me to watch it, yeah, but like, I'm not gonna go over and fucking make sure it has food, a fucking bag of food.
Poor Rocco.
Hey, that wasn't my original dog. Was killed by my mom, so nothing else is gonna fucking fill out.
Are you enjoying that mic, John?
Is that a mute?
No,
it's recording.
Oh, okay. What's his red button?
That means it's recording.
Oh,
Same
okay.
red.
It just has mute right above it, so I was like, is it mute?
You can mute it when you press it.
Don't tell him you can mute it.
That's good.
Alright, what about you, Brandon?
What about me?
What's
Yeah, we want to know about you too.
From your mom and your dad.
From my mom and my dad.
Like,
my mom would definitely have to be. My parents aren't very ones to give me lessons or like teach me when they talk, but they demonstrate very well the lessons that I've learned from them. And my mom is like, taking care of yourself. Like above all else, to stay focused on yourself at the bare minimum to make sure that no matter what happens around you, you still will always have control. I feel like that was a very important lesson that I learned with my mom.
Ooh. I got a good question after this.
And for my dad,
That one's gonna be tough.
my dad's had some good lessons. I appreciated his lesson. Was last year on Valentine's Day, and I was talking to him about how my parents got divorced, and I was just getting insight at that time, and it was just nice because I was like, it's Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend it with somebody that I knew in my heart I still loved, so I chose family, and I chose him. I felt like I never saw him, so we talked, and he told me, after explaining the whole situation between my mom and him, that when you look for your partner, make sure that you love them for who they are, and that there's not anything about them that you cannot love, because it will always grow, it will always affect you. And if you don't love this person with all of your heart, then it's not going to work. Basically, don't date anybody that's less than what you believe is meant for you.
Damn, if only you would take that advice. Okay.
I mean, like, I
No, but
definitely...
That's really good.
Because, like, yeah, that was the only thing that stuck with me. I have everything that he's ever said. He said it better. I told John about it. I wrote it down somewhere. But that's pretty much the generalization of it. Is that your life partner is the person who you're eventually going to start a family with. Like, I feel like that's very important.
Yeah. My dad said something similar like that too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good thing to know though.
It's a lesson they had to learn the hard way. I'm like, Congratulations, Dad. You're saying I'm a byproduct of your less than satisfactory love?
He said, you're the L.
He's like, what I'm trying to say is you're a mistake. Oh my.
Yo, I just kind of realized we all have like parents that separated.
Who?
Yeah.
All of us.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I had a biological father, and yeah, he wasn't treating my mom right, so.
See, I didn't even know
Divorce.
that. Like,
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like things like, I can tell you more if you want, but it's pretty
This man
much.
just got up and went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He didn't even say
he said, I don't want to answer this question.
He's like,
He went
Yeah, his habits recently, which is kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
His is,
maybe we don't need to mention
sensitive
that,
topic,
but it's okay.
I feel like.
But yeah, my mom, my dad, my biological dad pretty much like did like put everything in my mom, and my mom always had to handle stuff. And at one point when my mom was pregnant with me, he told his best friend to crash the car into my mom while she was pregnant with me. So when I was like when I was born, I had to get a bunch of like shots because I was like born like actually yellow, like really yellow.
You were born premature?
No. It was just like I had a lip, like something was damaged when the accident happened. So when I was born, I had to get a bunch of shots to make sure I was okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
John's been a warrior since birth.
That's why this motherfucker refuses to give up.
What the heck? Oh, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense.
This man's a survivor.
Yeah, I just remember that because my mom was just, that's the one thing that my mom just like got really mad about. And she like heard it from like a friend who talked with another friend that was friends with my dad's or my father's best friend. So that's how it got around, and she's like, wow. Because I think it was a hit and run, so she didn't know for sure.
Yeah. That's tough.
That is tough.
Yeah. But it's over now. I know, like, you know, pow stuff, so, yeah.
Do you feel like that played an influence as to why you wanted to learn that?
Nah, I freaking love Jackie Chan so much that I wanted to be like a Asian actor, pretty much like him. And after that, I was just like, well, my mom was just like, yeah, you're never gonna become like an Asian actor, so like, there's not like very famous Asian actors out there, so. Yeah, it kind of killed my dreams a little bit, but then I was just like, when I was taking Taekwondo at the time when she told me that, I just started to fall in love with just learning the martial art. So then after that, it just kept expanding. Yeah.
You know, John, if I become a famous director, you're gonna be my main star.
What the
You
heck?
know that, right?
What the heck?
I'll tell you right now, John's a sexy motherfucker. Like, this man looks good on camera.
Why am I always
Fuck.
getting gassed up?
Bro, you're like a filmmaker's wet dream. Like,
What the heck?
Except for the fact that you don't really talk.
I mean, he doesn't have to. I can make this man look like
Yeah,
a
no.
ninja with that mask and his just complexion, everything. His hair. It sounds like a fresh fade too with the earrings. He's a fuckboy ninja.
Yeah.
Welcome to the modern world.
What the fuck?
He'll fuck a girl and fuck you up.
No, I would not hurt people.
He'll torture you.
If he was a little more sadistic.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know, I always thought of like freaking, like, you know that question that goes around where it's like, if you went to jail, what would you think you went to jail for?
No.
You guys ever heard of that question? Well, I heard that question. I was just like, I think literally, I'd probably do something, and like kill a person on accident. That's how I think I'd go to jail.
So manslaughter. Got it.
So accidental manslaughter.
Yeah, like maybe
Murder
like
in the first degree. Got it.
like I was just thinking like maybe I'm doing self defense. I'm like, oh, I grab him, slam him, and you know I'm just like, oh, he's not moving.
Is that why you don't want to kick me?
I don't want to like. I
You
don't
said
know
like
how.
He wasn't just kicking me for the first fucking 30 minutes.
But I was
No, but
kicking
I
the
mean,
bottom
like,
of your shoe.
With his
That's just-
with his full strength
Oh,
right
yeah,
here.
no,
Bam.
He'd break 7 of your ribs.
What the heck?
If I give him consent, then
No, I'm just like afraid of
You
what
avoid it.
my power is pretty much. So I don't know.
Yeah, crazy. I don't know what I would go to jail for. Like,
Probably, as you were saying, hitting every fucking bump in the road.
yeah, something random.
Fucking
It'll be
reckless
me,
driving.
me falling too deep in every situation that I get into. One of them's bound to land me in jail. Like, I've never just, like, brief over these events in my life. I, like, fall deep. I'm just like, oh, hey, look, what's down here? You guys won't believe what I just went through.
It's like he'd go to jail and we still wouldn't know he was in jail. It's like he came out.
If I did get one phone call, I'd probably...
Damn, that's crazy.
I'd call my mom just to let her know. Like, I'm in jail, by the way. Don't get me out. Don't freak out. This is well deserved. I'll be out in like a week.
That's like the first thing she's got to do is freak
So
out.
just tell Marcus.
I never thought about that. Like, who would your one phone call be?
Mine definitely would be my mom or my brother. Like, if my mom didn't pick up, I don't even know my
Nah,
brother.
we don't. I don't think you get that, do you? Like, if she doesn't pick up, she doesn't pick up. You're fucked.
Is that?
No, I think...
I don't know.
No, you
I have
get-
no
you
idea,
get
but I'm
one
pretty
phone
sure you at least get
Yeah,
like one phone call.
They're
Like,
not that
Oh,
strict.
like
They-
a phone call that someone answers.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I think
allow
so.
you-
I think
Got
so.
it.
Yeah, I think that's how it
Okay,
works.
cool. I was like, I thought it
Because if it was the other way, it's like, what if they're like, oh, I'm busy? And you're like, no, please.
Yeah, like, I feel like...
Alright,
that's a
you're
bit
going to
too
death
far.
row now.
Like, I feel like they do it so you at least have somebody out there that's connected to you know.
What's happening, yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
You just have to know their number. I remember my dad. Okay, funny story. My dad was coming back from Mexico, and something happened, and he ended up getting arrested. Like,
Oh.
something happened here, like an insurance claim happened here, but he was in Mexico for 3 months. The insurance claim happened a month before he came back. So, since he didn't respond to it, there was a warrant out for his arrest. As he's crossing the border coming back into America, that warrant popped up. He was arrested. And when he was calling somebody, he thought to call me. Because I could reach out to my mom, who he connects with. But he called me, and I was asleep at this time. It was like 5 in the afternoon or evening. No reason for me to be asleep, but I was at the time. So I slept through the phone call. And my dad didn't talk to me for like 3 months. He was so petty. I eventually talked to him about it. And he told me how he just resented me as a son. He's like, fuck this kid, he never does anything else.
The cat might be the same way.
The one fucking thing in fucking months. Just
I
like,
never talked to you, and the one time I talked to you, you fall asleep on me.
Yeah, so...
Alright, but before we hit that hour mark, we still have to have Juan say what
his lesson is...
Well, what would I go to jail for? What?
No,
No,
what?
a useful lesson that you've learned from your parents, because you still had to answer the question.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You said from your mom it was cooking. Boom.
Damn, I didn't even think about that while pissing. That was my mistake.
What a perfect time to. That's when you clear your mind.
I know,
Your
but I.
bowels in your mind.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd just be, to organize your workplace. Just because it's gonna be the base of operation, and plus, you gotta move just move fast and efficient, and there's nothing in the way and stuff, and fucking. Because I remember when he put me in charge of a yard, and I organized all the equipment and stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, this guy can fucking organize shit," and then
Talent for organizing.
and then he gave me like, he made me responsible for like money and like to buy and like sell stuff like for trade at the yard and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, it was nice to hold like 10,000 and then just wait there, like just for a customer to come in, and then everything's already clean. So
That's a lot.
yeah, but it was pretty nice. I think that really helped me, because that also carried over into other jobs to keep my workplace clean.
That is nice.
And yeah, it is. It makes everything easier and stuff, and
The clutter doesn't distract you.
yeah, and plus you won't lose shit and like
That's
keep
why I
it
try to keep
organized.
mine clean, because if it starts to get messy, and it does very quickly, I lose my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my desk.
I
is
can't
right
move my mouse sometimes. And
That's
I'm
how
like,
my mouth.
That's it. Okay.
I have so much at my desk right
I'm
now.
like, I'm not gonna live like a sloth. I force myself to clean at least 10 minutes every day. Is what my mom always told me every time she came over. She's like, 10 minutes every day. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, you forget I live with a fucking sloth. And man just does nothing but lay down and make a mess.
Oh my god.
Do we have time for the last question?
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
I have a good question.
I figured we could just extend it, because anybody watching our podcast probably isn't going to watch the whole hour. I've noticed they watch it in increments. So we could go a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All
We
right.
should put timestamps.
Yeah,
that works
when
too.
I upload them, I'm trying to put chapters. You can put chapters in YouTube.
What's your question, John?
Yeah, what's your question?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, instead of like something that you learned from your parents, what is something that your parents didn't teach you that you learned on your own?
That's a good one.
Fair enough.
Oh wow.
He's got the... Why are you throwing at me?
What?
Watch it just stabs Nick in the
It
side.
fucking goes through my esophagus.
Alright, do you want to start the question, John?
Nah, bro, you should go first.
Nah, you should go first, John. You asked it.
What? Yeah, Juan, go ahead.
No. Nicholas is gonna go.
Oh, yes, sir.
A lesson that my parents didn't teach me that I taught myself, or
Or that you learned just through
picked
life.
up myself.
Yeah.
No matter how.
Oh my god. I'm kidding, I'm sorry.
The identity of anybody doesn't change who they are as a person. Whatever makes someone happy, whatever makes a person that person, as long as they're like still someone that you enjoy being around with, or someone that is a positive influence, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah. So pretty much like
Fuck.
the way somebody experiences the world doesn't
Well, it's like-
devalue their humanity.
No, well, it's like if you talk to someone who's older who went through war or whatever, but they're still a good person. Like, they're not fucking racist. They're not this and that. Like, that's not a judgment type of thing. Same thing with, like, someone who's gay, someone who's straight, someone, whatever the fuck they identify as. Like, if they're still a good person and you still, like, enjoy...
Yeah, like it doesn't matter who you are, as
Exactly.
long as you're like a good
Yeah.
man or woman at the end
That's
of the day.
essentially, it doesn't matter who you are. It matters what you stand for.
Yeah.
Because, like, my parents are very fucking biased. My dad's the kind of person that if you're not shaved and you're showing a tattoo on an interview, he wouldn't hire you.
Tattoo!
Are you gonna get tattoos, John?
I'm on right arm. Because I don't like this
A
stuff
sleeve?
right here.
A sleeve or just...
I get a half sleeve, and if I like more, I'll try and go for a full sleeve. But I want to get rid of this.
I want leg sleeves.
I feel like I want to.
flinch.
Huh?
At this point, I shouldn't flinch. I'm
What?
just so traumatized by you and Brad.
What?
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'll go next then. A lesson that I've learned
On your own.
on my own. Does it count if I learned it from like a video?
No.
Your natural instincts develop
Yeah,
just
your
by
own-
viewing your
your own
parents
life.
and then thinking.
It's just like your own, from your own
Experience.
experiences.
Ooh, there's a lot of them that I learned. I usually write them down
Number
too.
one, though.
One.
Top of your head. Ready?
Top of my
5,
head.
4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1. See, that shit don't work.
Yeah, that's hard. I'm trying to think. They're not coming to me right now.
Alright, John, go.
This man hit too many lessons.
Alright, go, John.
I feel like, pretty much, money doesn't really matter, and that to have self-care, like every now and then, because like, for me, I feel like I always listen to my parents. Actually, be your own person as well. Be your own person and take care of yourself.
You can't think of one, but this motherfucker thought of 3.
My bad. Look, okay, I can
That's
think.
because I didn't really
Yeah, it was your
have
passion,
those a
too.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't have a lot with that.
If I could, I don't know, is that I think what I learned is that it's important to like,
Don't throw that shit.
it's important, how am I trying to say this? Oh my god, okay. That if you do everything for the sake of your own personal gain and if it's all about you, then you're typically gonna burn out. Because if it's just about you, you hit your limits. Whereas sometimes if you make it about like a bigger cause or for somebody, like a lot of the things that I do, what helps me not completely spiral downward is I do it for my mom and I do it for my dream. I do it for who I want to be. To know that 10 years down the line, the person that I want to be is content with themselves.
So do it, but not to the point where it's egotistical.
Yeah, don't worry about yourself. Don't like egotistical, but also like feeling wise. Like a lot of times, I'm not gonna feel like it. I don't feel like going to the gym sometimes. I mean, granted, lately I've been just doing a bunch of stupid shit, and I mean, a lot of it's been progressive, but a lot of it's been scattered. So it's like no system, and I've been just doing it for myself. And I feel like when you make it about other people, I feel like we're better together. I think that's what I'm trying to say. That's my lesson, is that we're better when we work together. Like, I feel like the happiest moments I've ever had were never by myself. And I don't want to lose the connection that we as humans have. Like, I feel like we could all connect with each other if we really tried.
It's true.
And it's important to maintain those connections. Because we're social creatures. That's my lesson. Better together.
Cool. Fun? Something you learned on your own, not from your parents.
Uh,
We're really doing that. The monkey from Family Guy pose.
what I noticed from my parents when I was growing up is they got homesick a lot, and they can't really go back to Mexico and stuff like that, you know? So what I tried to, like, and I moved a bunch of times, and sometimes I miss my home back, like seeing the sights and stuff. And also the big part in there too is the nostalgia, so that's a big part of it too. And that's what, and my dad recalls stories of his nostalgic moments too. So what I learned to do is my home is always like with me inside, because I'm all that memory and like meaning and stuff like that, the connection that like inspired me. And then it's like, oh, I like this already, and then just like then yeah, I just fucking guessed out right now.
That's a good lesson too.
If I were to rephrase that, would you say your lesson is home is where the heart is?
Yeah, home is always where the heart is. And then yeah, like plus you could always do like the simple stuff that you always could back then. It's always gonna be there, and it's gonna still be there when you're dead, because it's in history.
Lovely. Alright, well, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Because I do have a date night tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get ready for that.
So you really are going to go balls deep, huh? Again?
Hey, yo, why am I seeing you? Alright, so how do we break this shit down?
We're gonna break this shit down like this. Alright, Nick, go home. Get out of here. Leave. I don't want to hear another word. Bye.
What the heck?
I guess that does it for our episode 3. A little bit of a longer episode. I might try to edit it to condense it. Maybe it'll be like an hour and 10 minutes. Who knows? What did you think of the interview? Or the interview podcast?
The episode.
I think it was too hot in here, but other than that, it was fine.
It is hot as fuck in here. But if I open those windows, it makes a bunch of noise in the mic.
We shall invest in a fan.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Yes.
Alright.
This place don't have AC, really.
Yeah, I feel the heat.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Feel
about
the
that.
heat.
I'm fine.
John, what'd you think?
Me? I was here before. It's fine.
What?
Huh?
Not about the heat, about the episode. Dingus.
This is going on a podcast?
Yeah, I don't know.
About this podcast? I thought it was pretty good.
Fuck you!
Alright, well, that does it. Congratulations. We've reached the end.
Congratulations on episode 3. This is the farthest we've gone on any project ever.
That's a lie. Actually, this is tied with every other project I've ever made. I've always made 3. I'm good at trilogies. Let's hope it doesn't die here. Oh,
You might keep
alright.
the questions going.
Oh, my ass. Do you want to get beat up on camera, Nick? You want to use this for your assault
I'll
case?
use this as
You're
evidence.
at my house.
I'll use this as evidence for
Evidence
abuse.
for what? You don't have it right now. I can censor it. They don't know what's going to happen. I can be beating you up. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh my god.